Okay, so welcome back, everybody, and hope you're all doing well. So today I want to share some information around forgiveness versus compassion. And I just want to get into that with you today and a little bit deeply before that about, recognizing what your reality is, which is a very interesting subject. So when I sit with some of my clients, they want to, they make a statement of, I forgive them. And I can feel that they're not fully there yet. They want to forgive them and they just say it, but I can feel that you're not fully there yet. So I do talk to them about, what forgiveness means. So forgiveness means, firstly, it's for you, okay? And I've talked about this a bit before. Forgiveness is for you because when you forgive somebody, you take your power back. When we are angry at someone or we're feeling resentment and we don't want to forgive them, we're giving our power away. So actually, we give it away and then we take it back. So forgiveness is about us taking it back, and it does let them off the hook in the sense that it releases you from that binding with them. So just want to talk a little bit about that first. Now, I see forgiveness as a three-dimensional experience. It's very physical. That's just me, okay? And very on the ground. So when you look at your reality, you can see it, you can touch it, you can taste it, you can smell it, you could feel it, but that's really going beyond reality. There are those senses there where it's very real, and it is because we're in it. But I want to talk more about beyond your reality. So beyond your reality of this existence is where you might say your soul resides. But actually your soul is always with you. And it's to the degree that you're allowing it to flow through you. And you could even pick it apart and say you have two souls. You have your physical soul and you have your non-physical soul, or your sourceful soul, or spirit, or whatever you want to call it. So what I want to share now is when you go beyond your non-physical, who you are, bigger than your body, you're more than your body, you go into those realms. Now you're really going beyond that three-dimensional space, which is your heart, your soul, your spirit, okay? It's the things that really, when you are in alignment and allowing it, you feel it flow through you in your experience. So that, some people might say that's the fifth dimension. You could even be accessing the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, whatever, 14th, it doesn't matter. It's to the degree that you will raise your frequency to allow that in. So what I say to people is, firstly, there are no victims. It may appear that way from your three-dimensional eyes, but when you can get up and away from something, going more into your source space or your soul space, when you're looking from a distance and getting out ahead of it or above it, you have broader view. Now you're looking more through the eyes of love. Now you're looking through more the fourth, fifth, sixth dimensional self. And that's what you might want to call advanced. We actually all are advanced, but it's how you allow your advancement. And I will be as bold as even saying you're allowing your brilliance, because we are all born with brilliance. All children, all babies, they are brilliant. They haven't had programming put into them yet. They haven't had, well, some may have had quite traumatic experiences, but they've had like a bit of a clean slate along the way until more life begins to happen and more contrast. So if you imagine the 3D self Forgiveness is down here. I've got to forgive you. I don't want to forgive you. You can forget all about that and move to something even faster. You can elevate up to your higher dimensional self, your 5D self, looking through the eyes of love, looking through the eyes of awareness, and go straight into compassion. And when you go into compassion, compassion equals understanding, okay? When you can step back, no matter what is happening, allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, think what you're thinking, that's fine. And at some point, step back and go, what's the bigger picture in this? What is this teaching me? What can I learn from this? Because it is all about us. It is all about you. The universe does swoon around you. It does revolve around you. You've been told it doesn't, but it does. You are the center of your universe. You're meant to feel that you're special and loved and significant, and you are all those things because that's how your soul feels about you. But remember, your soul is your 4, 5, 6 dimensional self. Your physical self may not feel that at times. And you are also trained not to feel that because sometimes people will say, oh, that's grandiose, or you're not, just calm down or tone it down. Don't be big. But your soul is big and your soul is continually expanding. So when you can start to look from up here of, hang on a minute, let's just forget about forgiveness, okay? Let's just go to compassion. When I can understand why something is happening or why someone does something to me, then now I'm coming from a different space. So now when you come into compassion, you have a different level of awareness and understanding. So you look at it in a different way. And straight away it removes you from being a victim. Okay? So you don't actually have to forgive. You can just go straight into compassion. And compassion is staying in a place of, that's your heart base chakra. This is also connecting up into the high levels of your crown. Compassion is understanding this. Through the purpose of what we experience, the law of attraction that is happening all of the time, you are vibrating, you are a vibrational being, and you, as you vibrate, you attract the likeness of that. So like attracts like. So let's say you're experiencing something you don't like and you're seeing a pattern and it keeps happening. There's a part of you that is vibrating with that because you have not yet resolved it, and it keeps coming to you to show you that. It's like a mirror. So it's then your job to become accountable and look within and say, okay, this is happening to me now several times. I'm recognizing a pattern here. What is it that I can do within myself to shift that and change that? Because when you take accountability for it and you start to grow and expand, you feel the fullness of your soul and you get information and downloads that make you go, wow, now I understand the bigger picture of what's going on. So you don't need to forgive. I'm just attracting to me the sameness of how I was feeling, if you are aware of it. And that's the thing. People can be quite unconscious to it. But when you start to see a pattern, guess what? Now you're conscious to it. So this is what's happening when you start getting in the 4th, 5th dimensional way of thinking, that everything is happening because of you, for you, through you. Now you are attracting. And because you are the attractor, attracting, now you get to change it. And when you shift and change it, you attract differently. So there's no need for forgiveness. It's how can I learn from this and grow and expand from it? What do I need to change within me? What is it causing me to become? Is it teaching me to value myself more? Is it teaching me to expand to what, you see? So forget about forgiveness, move into the 5th, 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever you want to call it, dimensional thinking of, get up off the ground and see it through source-like eyes or the eyes of love and say, if I'm a vibrational being and you are, and I am attracting and you are, then I am attracting something to me that I have been focusing on and not being aware that I've been focusing on it. Meaning not listening to, this doesn't make me feel good when I keep focusing on this negative thing I don't like. So I'm going to be aware of that negative emotion because that is my guidance that tells me this is something that I need to shift now. I need to change the way I think and feel about it. Not all at once. You can do it little by little. It may happen all at once. But I just want to share with you, when you start to look through the eyes of compassion and understanding, it not only lets you off the hook away from those people that may have hurt you, harmed you, whatever that is, it helps you to get a broader understanding of who you are, because then you open up to more of those superpowers that are beyond the physical. You are then working from a space of energy and thought and coming from a place of love where you are immediately, in some cases, healed. The moment you can understand something, it's like, whoa, it's taking you to a very different dimension. So 3D versus 5D. 3D is down here in the physical, which is all good, but are you going to look at things where you see it as, I have to forgive that person, and even though I don't really want to, I'm just doing it because I'm supposed to, or just whatever your reason is, forget about that and move into a 5D state and start to look at, what am I learning from this experience? What am I attracting to me? What is this theme? What is this vibration running within me? Oh, what's it going to cause me to become? How can I let it go? What if it's causing me to become more secure, more sure about myself, more safe, more looking for the opposite? So I hope this has been helpful. And I just wanted to share that with you. So that's a tool that you can start looking at things through different eyes. And also it's through the way that you feel. So big soul love from me, and bye for now.